Welcome back to Bloom. There's a unique company making waves in fashion, not only for their clothing, but in the fight against homelessness. The purpose-driven company is Cherry Willow Apparel. And joining me now is the founder and CEO, Matt Fogarty, to tell us more about their powerful mission. Welcome to Bloom.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, excited to talk about this. So talk to me about Cherry Willow Apparel. It calls itself fashion with a mission. So can you explain how the clothing you create becomes a visible advocacy for folks?
Yeah, absolutely. So the goal in creating the logo was to really be a visible sign of advocacy for the people that are experiencing homelessness. And having the willow tree, the blossoms get all the attention when they're in bloom, but in order to bloom, they need to shed their leaves and grow. And so that cycle is something that we often separate from ourselves as people. We highlight the folks that are at the top, and we don't often support the people that need a little bit of help, and that is what Cherry Willow is about, empowering people to become the best versions of themselves.
And you say a big part of this is educating folks.
Absolutely. So with homelessness, I think there's a lot of misconceptions. People, when they think of someone that's homeless, they usually think of the person on the street that's maybe holding up a sign, when really the person that's homeless might be in the coffee shop next to you. They're at Target with you, because 40 to 60% of people that are affected by homelessness actually have jobs, and they just return to the shelter after working all day. And that's really a large issue.
Yeah, it really, really is. And let's talk about how you hope to use your clothing brand to help even with affordable housing.
Yeah, so again, it comes back to awareness, because not only are the people that are homeless, they're the most visible sign of the lack of affordable housing, but if you look at data from the U.S. Census Bureau, over 50% of Americans are having to spend too much money on housing, and it's just not sustainable. And it's often the people that are really victims of the situation and the circumstance that it requires societal change and policy change. And so that's what we advocate for, to create affordable housing, because there is no solution to homelessness that does not involve the creation of housing.
And your story, Matt, is really central to Cherry Willow's mission.
Yeah, for me, my service work started when I was young. I was very involved serving migrant workers in my community. And then I went to Loyola University Chicago and had my first experience serving people that were on the street. And I was able to address a lot of misconceptions that I had when I was out there. And it's been a passion of mine ever since to try to figure out how I can support these people. And so that's how I came up with the idea of Cherry Willow Apparel, to help them get connected with resources, tell their stories, and really just be an advocate for the people that are experiencing homelessness.
So really, just like supporting you, buying your brand will support your mission.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can buy the brand, you can donate to us directly, but I also encourage everyone to just go out in the community, and if you see someone that's experiencing homelessness, just introduce yourself. Recognize the humanity, that little bit of human connection can often be a spark, because you don't know the last time that someone did stop and actually give this person some time, and that doesn't cost you anything other than just a little bit of thought.
I think it's really incredible what you're doing. Thanks for sharing it with our Bloom viewers.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
All right, visit cherrywillowapparel.com to purchase clothing, make a donation, or learn more. Bloom will be right back.